There's something weird going on with the Scott Addict. Everyone who's owned one seems to love it, but I rarely see them on the road. I've wondered, does this new model live up to the legacy? I've spent a couple months riding one to see just what the hype is all about. Let's dive into it. To set the stage, the Addict is Scott's lightweight climbing kind of do-it-all bike, and this is the RC Pro model, which sits right below the top tier Ultimate version. Despite costing a whopping $6,000 less than the Ultimate model, it's still a full Shimano Dura-Ace build with fully integrated cables, 40mm deep carbon wheels with DT Swiss 240 hubs, and it comes in at 15.7 pounds in a size 56. Aesthetically, I think it's a beautiful bike. I like the black-white combo, which looks, of course, like always, much better than it does on the website. It looks moderately aggressive with the drop seat stays and taller head tube. It's a good blend of, I don't know, maybe modern meets classic design. I guess that's how I describe it. I really like the shape and the way the seat stays come out of the seat tube. I think it's one of the cleanest designs that I've seen on a modern race bike. The one-piece cockpit flows straight into the frame. There's no weird junctions, no abrupt angles. It's just clean. And it's clear that Scott's goal is to incorporate aerodynamic elements without giving up that nimble road feel in the design. But bikes like this aren't built to just hang beautifully in your garage. So to put the Addict through its paces, I took it with me on a trip to southern Utah where there are bigger climbs, better descents, and longer stretches of exposed roads where the wind never really lets up. Climbing felt lively and efficient. Descending was really smooth and controlled. Just kind of point it where you want it to go and it goes there without any hesitation or pushback. When we got to the higher elevations where the winter had beat up the roads, the ride quality of the Addict really shined. It never felt harsh. On the flats, it holds its speed well. Not like a purebred aero bike, but like a proper do-it-all bike whose primary focus, of course, lies elsewhere. It's not to say that it's slow on the flats. I think the data says that it's only 7 watts off of the foil, which is Scott's dedicated aero bike. This just feels more at home going up and down. That's where it really comes alive. I mean, hop out of the saddle and it's as good as the best dedicated climbing bikes that I've ridden. It's nimble, responsive, and it rewards you as you make moves, whether that's in a race, maybe a race against friends, or just a race against yourself and the clock. That trip with the Addict gave me a deeper appreciation for just how versatile this bike really is. And if I had to define it in a single phrase, it just feels aggressively balanced. It's clearly square in the do-it-all bike category, ready to climb, ready to invoke that ear-to-ear grin on descents, ready to race, and ready for long days without beating up your body. I found it to feel playful on the climbs while feeling slippery enough in the wind along our stretches of the coastal flats here. It's not trying to be the lightest or the most aero, it's just trying to be uniquely balanced, catering to the wants and needs of most riders. I also love that it has 34mm tire clearance. I think that's about right for a race bike in 2025. Anything bigger and you're leaning into road and endurance bike territory. If you go much smaller, you're running into tire size limitations depending on wheel tire interface. This is a big bonus if rough roads are your daily challenge. Throw on a set of 32mm tubeless tires, drop the pressure down to 50 PSI, just let them soak up those road imperfections even more. Problem solved. Today's video is sponsored by Hola, Adios. They help make this channel and videos like this possible. If you run a small business, maybe you're a bike shop owner, a lawyer, or hey, even a dentist, and you need a new website or help launching your brand, shoot me an email, chris@holaadios.com. We'll take a look, and if it's a good fit, we'll make something great together. Now, back to bikes because they're just so dang fun. But if you're one who's chasing the ultimate comfort bike, this is gonna be a little more aggressive than you might like. While it has clearance for 34mm tires, it's not your modern endurance road bike where comfort is paramount. You're gonna feel the road, like feel connected to the road, and I mean that in a good way. If you're a rider who's interested in buying the package, right, the pre-built package from Scott, make sure that you're fit style, especially since you're committing to an integrated cockpit. I traditionally ride a 40cm bar with a 120mm stem, and stock builds in my size come with a 42cm bar and a 110mm stem. That's not a huge deal short term. I was able to find some workarounds, but it's something to be aware of when you're considering a new Addict. And you may find this as a pro or a con, but it uses a press fit bottom bracket. Now, during my time, there was no creaking with it at all, but some will dislike that. It would also be nice if it were UDH compatible, but maybe they'll do a refresh down the line. Again, this is kind of weird. For as good as the Addict is, and with a frame set retail price of $3,500 and a full build retail, as you see it here, for $9,000, why aren't there more of these on the road? This is a great intersection of value and performance. And yes, you can save yourself the comment below. I know that $9,000 is a lot of money to spend on a bike, but I think that this one punches above its weight. I'd recommend this bike to friends, and I can see why so many out there have fond memories of their Scott Addicts. It's a really good bike. And maybe the fact that there aren't as many on the road is a good thing. It's the bike that everyone knows about, but you don't see them all the time, making it a special treat to see one in the wild and making it one of the most overlooked race bikes on the market. And if you're wondering how this compares to Scott's more aerodynamic sibling, the Foil, well, I've got one right behind me in for testing. And dang, this thing is a rocket. And that video will be coming out soon. Drop me a comment below and let me know how you'd build your dream Addict. And if you like this video, check out some of my other road and gravel builds. Anyways, huge thanks to Scott for loaning me the Addict for review. And as always, thanks a ton for watching. Till next time.